Hey, hey, Andrew. Nice. Deb, hey, Becca. Awesome. Hey, guys. Thanks for being here. So excited.
Our new German friends would be on too.
Hey, Alex.
People from everywhere.
I like seeing your faces, guys. Thanks for
Me
turning
too.
on
Like I love. I'm
cameras.
always like,
Yeah,
It's
it's so much easier to talk to faces than
yes.
a camera. Thanks, Gabriel.
This is hey. This isn't
Showing
school.
up.
This isn't school where you have to try to hide behind it. Like this teacher is
Y'all, we
crazy.
are not here. I don't care what you're wearing. I got slippers on right
Literally, like this is so chill.
This
how
we're
educated.
building businesses for ourselves in our comfy clothes today.
literally, literally. That's like me in the clinic. I'm like, I want to wear
Yeah.
to be
Stretchy
sweet.
pants. Hey, Stephanie.
I so we have enough time. We will get started. If other people trickle in, they can. And of course, a lot of people can't make it because of the time. But this is going to be recorded on the back end. But it is a great honor today because Jess actually got me into I guess she sold me into my first mastermind. I was still a little student going to CSM, which you're physical therapist, you know what that is. I was at CSM, and then we met each other. We were following each other, and then she introduced me to our mastermind coach, Aaron, and that's how we started. And I learned so much information from her when I started my clinic, starting from zero. She's taught me so much about automations, how to like literally scale your practice with like systems, and especially with like things that you like automations and like I don't know how to explain it.
Like back end
Back end
stuff
stuff.
and
Like she gave me
growing
that
online.
foundation, and now we just took it and run with it. Now there's automations doing all types of things. So she's gonna talk about that today as well. And I'll let her tell a little bit of her story. But guys, she's a physical therapist working online. Like a lot of people that we have come to speak to you guys so far have had like brick and mortars, but guess what? You can still use your skills online. So she's gonna talk to you guys about that today. So make sure you have your notepad, write some questions down. We'll have some time at the end for that as well. But without further ado, Jess Ginny.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. It's an absolute honor to be here. And Odell, I think I was starstruck when I saw you at CSM. Like, oh my gosh, I know you. Yeah, I was like, you've got to meet my coach, Aaron. He's the man.
You're the
Um,
best.
and I knew how much following you had already and how what you were already doing. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, the sky is not even the limit for you, man. You're gonna
I
take off
appreciate
when
it.
you graduate. I'm so excited for you. Like I could already see that. I was so excited. But anyway, I want to start off by asking you guys some questions. I want you to participate in the chat because can we participate in the chat? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'll put right now.
Because I like this to be a two-way conversation, and I kind of want to get a feel for the room and where we're at right now. So tell me, guys, do you remember your aha moment of like, holy shit, something needs to change? I got to do something differently. I need to like, do you remember an exact moment? Yes. Or is it just like, here you are because you kind of eventually made, you made your way here and you found yourself in this school community, I would say, with Abby and Odell. Like, was there a moment where you were like, oh, I got to do something different? Or was there something that you just eventually ended up here? I'm just curious, like if other people had aha moments or if it was just me. So like a yes or a no if you've had an aha moment. And I'm just curious. Yes. Okay. So other people have had aha moments. Okay, great. And if it's okay with you guys, I want to share my aha moment with the group because I feel like it was a monumental, pivotal point in my career. And I specifically remember what I was doing and where it was. And actually, it wasn't until I found the screenshot of the aha moment that I was able to come back to it. Yes. Okay. So, yes, hit the ceiling at my job. The pandemic was the aha moment 3 years ago, seeing others grow while watching from the sidelines. Thank you for sharing the
Oh,
story.
yeah.
Yes, heck yes. Okay. So, off the bench. Okay, great. So I'm going to
From
tell
the
you
sidelines.
about off the bench. Yes, exactly. Volunteering before school. Okay, so you guys have had those aha moments. Curious, who here has read this book or who has heard of this book? Read the book, heard the book? No. Drop that in the chat. Let me know. It was 2017 when I got my hands on this book. It was actually, I was a travel PT for 7 years already. And my landlord had recommended me this book. And he was like, it sounds like, you're doing things differently. You're kind of like living outside of the societal norms and thinking outside the box. Have you read The 4 Hour Work Week? You should really pick it up. And something that I read in this book on page 8, I specifically remember only because I took a screenshot of it, September 22nd, 2017 at 9 p.m. at night. This passage was so profound that I took a screenshot of it. And Tim Ferriss in this book says, people don't want to be millionaires. What? They want the experience that they believe only millionaires can buy. Do you guys agree or disagree with that? Drop that in the chat and let me know if you agree or disagree, because it kind of hit me funny. I was like, what? Everybody wants to be a millionaire, right? No, he says people don't want to be millionaires. They only want the experience that they believe that only millionaires can buy. They go, $1 million in the bank is not the fantasy. $1 million in the bank isn't the fantasy. Okay. The fantasy is the lifestyle of complete freedom that it supposedly allows. It's the freedom. Okay. Okay. Now I'm following. That makes sense. Agreed. You guys agree. Okay. The question is then, how can one achieve the millionaire lifestyle of complete freedom without first having $1 million in the bank? Oh my gosh, is that even possible? I thought, what a concept. And so I thought about this. Who else was like moved by this? Who else is like inspired and motivated and moved by it? It just wasn't me, right? I thought, is this even possible? And then you read on, and he says, in the last 5 years, I've answered this question for myself, and this book is going to answer it for you. I'm going to show you how I went from how I separated income and time and created my ideal lifestyle in the process. And he talks about lifestyle design in this book, traveling the world, enjoying the best this planet has to offer. And how on earth did I go from 14-hour days and $40,000 per year to 4-hour weeks and $40,000 per month? I didn't even know that was possible, right? Like, we're not brought up in a society, in a world that is what we're taught, especially in healthcare, right? Yes. And so we just know about clocking in, clocking out, doing the 9 to 5, helping patients one-on-one, like that's what we're trained as. And so when I read this passage, I thought, oh my God, there's got to be something more out there. Maybe there's something else out there. And I'm really excited to say and to share with you today my story. I am not there yet, guys. I am not at 40,000 months yet or 4-hour weeks yet, but I'm really close, and I am excited to share with you what my journey has looked like this far. And I'm going to share with you how I went from a burnt out new grad working 14-hour days, making $50,000 a month, a year, to now working 14-hour weeks and occasionally making upwards of, I think I did a $35,000 month and generally $20,000 months pretty regularly. Yeah, heck yeah, it's coming. And the best part for me is having the freedom to do it from anywhere that I like. And so I don't know, for those of you out there who are van lifers, that's my jam. I want to roll up on a beach and put on my flip-flops and just, answer some emails and create some systems and let it all run on automation. And so that's what excites me. That is what fuels me. And that's why I want to call today's presentation not the 4-hour work week workshop, but the 14-hour work week workshop. Okay, is that all right with you guys? Are you here? Are you with me? Drop it in the chat. Yes, let's go. That's so great. I was going to say, let's go in the chat if you are with me. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you for participating in that chat. It helps me know that you are here with me. So I love that. So for those of you who don't know what it is I do, I basically help PTs design careers around freedom and travel. And primarily, I do that through helping new grad physical therapists become travel therapists. I also help PTs find their dream jobs, start online businesses, and I have coaching, consulting, courses, affiliates. I work with staffing agencies and things like that. Through my blog, I created a blog called Wanderlust PTs. So that is basically what I do. I'm a travel therapy coach. I'm a career coach for physical therapists now. And I'm going to tell you my whole story and how I got there. But what is it that I really do? I get to hang out with other cool PTs. I get to travel. I get to go to conferences. I get to work from anywhere. And one of my favorite things that I get to do is help my sister and her wife with their guinea pig subscription box company that is on track to be a 7-figure business in 2025. So for those of you who are like, I don't know if I can make $1 million out of this, you can make $1 million out of anything, okay? And yes, you heard that right, a guinea pig subscription box company. And so she basically creates little boxes like Bark Box for dogs, but for people with guinea pigs, on a monthly regular basis, sends them out to her customers. So she does that for guinea pigs and bunnies, and I get to help her with that and pack lots of boxes for guinea pigs. And I also help my sister. She has a lot of really cool skills, and I helped her, coached her through making an online course to help other entrepreneurs in the subscription box space. And that has also generated her 6 figures as well, just creating that online course. So while it might seem like a real work-life balance love story at this point, I want you to know that it was not always this way. And it might have looked like I did a lot of things right, but I definitely did a lot of things the wrong way. But I want you to know that I am not special. There is nothing special about me or different about me. If I can do it, you can do it too. There's nothing I have done is out of the ordinary. I am literally the regular PT who almost failed out of anatomy lab, guys. I'm nothing special. But what is amazing are the lessons that I learned along the way that got me to where I am today. And that's why I'm really excited to share those things with you today. So we are going to cover the lessons. We are covering in today's agenda how I got here, the lessons I learned along the way, my story, and then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So I graduated in 2009, 20, I can't even say 20, 2009 from PT school, Damon College, small college. And right away, I jumped into working for one of my professors, actually, working at his clinic. I was really excited to be practice autonomously and work to try to help grow his clinic. And it wasn't long before I was seeing 20 plus people a day, working over 12 hours a day, and working to build somebody else's dream, working to build somebody else's business. But because I was new grad, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I was super excited about all of it. And it was fun for a while until it wasn't, skipping bathroom breaks, documenting during lunches, and just like putting my all into growing somebody else's thing, and burnout ensued. I mean, it was like 10 months and I was like, oh my God, this can't be the end of it. And I was like, there's gotta be something more, right? And so I started looking for something more, and I was like, this can't be it. I can't do this for the rest of my life. I was getting beat into the ground. And the guy I was dating at the time was like, look, I really want to be a travel therapist. Like, let's go do travel PT. He was a PT too, and I was actually quite a homebody. I did not like change. I did not want to leave my hometown. But I thought, you know what, let's give it a try. We can try anything for 13 weeks. And so we did. And off we went. We went to be travel PTs in 2010, and we were not good at it in the beginning. We made all of the mistakes. We got taken advantage of. We were underpaid. We made mistakes, like all of the things, we made all of the mistakes. But about a few years in, we started realizing, I realized like all of the things that we learned needed to be shared with other people so that they didn't also make these mistakes. And people were reaching out to us. They were asking us questions and emailing us like, hey, how do you find the right recruiters to work with? How do you know how to find good jobs? What questions to ask? And I started getting on calls with a lot of people and answering these questions over and over and over again. And I realized everybody's asking the same question. Everybody wants to know the same thing. And so I realized, you know what, this information needs to be shared on a mass scale. And so I thought, I'm going to write a book. And then I thought about it and I'm like, no, I need a blog, right? The blog was the new thing to do at that time. So I created a blog called Wanderlust PTs to start answering some of these questions. And guys, I forgot to pull this over here. This is actually the beginning of Wanderlust PTs. This is before there was even a blog. I have a book here of over 100 different clients basically that I talked to and answered all of their questions. This is where it started. And I kept notes, like this was coaching before I even knew it was coaching. I kept notes about what I recommended to them, the questions that they had, all of those things. And I got to know my clients and the people that I helped and served for free on a very deep, intimate level as far as knowing what their fears were, knowing what their goals were, knowing what their questions were, and understanding what drives them. And so this, my friends, this is lesson number 1. Talk to your people, know your people, learn their desires, their fears. Who is it that you serve exactly? Like, what is it? Who are those people? And niche down, like find your very specific person, okay? And do it for free at first. Get some results for people, get testimonials from people. And this is going to, one, you're going to know who it is you serve exactly and that you can help them. And that's going to help decrease imposter syndrome too. Okay, so who is it that you serve? What kind of problems and pain points do they have? And then create a solution to solve it. A couple quotes here that I do love. One, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. So I could have went into travel healthcare professionals. I could have also spoken to travel nurses because that's a huge market. I could have also talked to occupational therapists or speech therapists. But I didn't. I chose to say I help new grad physical therapists confidently thrive as travel therapists. And so then when that new grad hears that that's who I help, that new grad knows, wow, there's nowhere else I need to go. She's my person. She helps me particularly. So that's one piece of it. And then the riches are in the niches, right? Find that niche and stick to it. Also, like the guinea pig box, right? Like she could be a small animal box, just the same. It's the same stuff between bunnies and guinea pigs, right? But because she's the guinea pig box, G pig box, people with guinea pigs go, oh my gosh, I need that for my guinea pig, right? Okay, so that's lesson number 1. Know your people, talk to them, know their pain points, know what their goals are, and niche down into a specific person. So there we are. I created Wanderlust PTs in 2016. I realized the information needed to be shared and I kept getting the same questions over and over. And so not only did I create a blog, but I wanted to make sure I did it right. And I did it right the first time. And so I actually invested in myself. This was the very first course that I bought. This is the first time I invested in myself outside of like continuing education courses for physical therapy. I invested $997 on a course to teach me how to create a blog the good way. And I didn't know what that meant. There were a lot of bloggers out there, mommy bloggers, food bloggers, home decor bloggers, but nobody really doing what I was doing yet. And so I took this course, I invested in it, and I learned as a result how to create an email list, how to speak to my customers so that they opted into my email list, how to keep driving them back to my blog, and how to basically create a business, not just a blog, but a business as well. And so that was the best $997 I ever spent because now I have a multi-6-figure business and it's all because it started the right way. And I saved myself time, headache, money by just getting those answers right away. So that is lesson number 2. Do not be afraid to invest in yourself. Like I said, the blog was just the first course. I then took a course on how to create an online course that is now about travel PT. I learned how to then create a webinar that pitches the online course. I learned about copywriting, about telehealth, about cash-based PT, investing in myself over and over again. And each time for me, it has returned on itself like tenfold. Okay. So if you find something that you know you need to pursue and you want to save yourself time and energy and headache and money and you want to get there faster, do not be afraid to invest in yourself, right? You guys have paid probably hundreds of thousands of dollars to get yourself into PT school or chiropractic or whatever kind of, business or healthcare profession you are in. You are spending a bunch of money in school, right? So what is it to pay an extra $20,000 to learn how to not have a ceiling on your salary? What is that extra $20,000 going to do for you tenfold down the line? Do not be afraid to invest in yourself, okay? So that you can not be tied to that 9 to 5, so that you can create an asset for yourself that works when you are not doing that. Okay. And then we come to that 4-hour work week book that I told you about. And in 2017, I picked up that book and I have the blog going, but I'm still a travel therapist at this time. Okay. I'm already 7 years into being a travel PT at this point. And travel PT is great. I loved it. It was amazing. It was a great experience. It was a nice way to avoid burnout. You're switching things often, but I still thought maybe there's something more. Maybe there's something more for me out there. And I didn't know it until I read the book. I didn't even know what was possible. Usually we do not know what is possible until we are shown what is possible or told what is possible. Then our minds are going to expand to these new boundaries and there is no going back after that. Okay, so lesson number 3 is never stop learning. Surround yourself with bigger ideas, keep reading books, and then also know where you want to go. So inside of this book, I was able to see a target that I didn't even know was possible before that. I did not know that I could lay on the beach and make passive income as a PT. But after reading a book and saying, oh yeah, this is possible. Like you can do this. Then my mind expanded and there was no going back. I was like, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I saw the target and I was like, okay, that is my new point. That is what I'm going to shoot for. I'm going to figure out how to do it. Because if you don't know where you want to go, you are never going to get there. If you don't know where you want to go, you are never going to get there, right? So have your eye on the prize, know where you want to go. How on earth, he said, how on earth did I go from 14-hour days and $40,000 a year to 4-hour weeks and 40,000 plus per month? I didn't know this was an option until I was exposed to it. That was my 4-hour work week. Not too long after that, I get hit with an ad, Facebook ad. You're going to see a similar theme throughout here. Another Facebook ad with from Amy Porterfield, who teaches online course creation. And she specifically taught me the framework of how to create an online course. And I used that to create a specific online course for travel therapists. And I launched that in 2018. And so this is now my lesson number 4. This is so important for people who are thinking about what kind of business they want to start and what they want to do long term. You want to create a business that you can automate and that you can scale. So lesson number 4, create offers that you can scale, that you can automate, and that don't trade time for money. So for me, the online course was a way for me to be able to record something once and provide value to people over time so that I didn't have to physically be present there. So thinking about things like this in a membership way, or creating an online course, working with affiliates, that is people who you maybe sell their product and you're not actually providing it, but because you believe in it, you can sell their product and get a commission for selling their product. And then build the systems and the back ends to support that. I know Adele said that I showed him some systems when we first met that has helped him in his business. I started building this out. I started seeing the big picture of how can I create something that is then going to work for me while I sleep. And I've been able to automate it. So for example, last night, I was watching the election. I was at a birthday party and my webinar is running. And I get a notification on my phone and somebody purchased my course for $1,000. So I'm hanging out at a birthday party and I just made $1,000 because my webinar is running, my Facebook ads are running, my blog is running, my email list is growing, my social media is growing. And because all of those systems are in place, I'm able to generate money even when I'm not working. So when you're thinking in the long run, start thinking about what kind of business, what kind of offers can I provide to people that generate value for them, even when you are not physically present in the offer, even when you are not physically present there. Other ways of doing that might be outsourcing some of the tasks too that you do. Yes, so that's my lesson number 4. And then 2020 came. I was still a travel PT during all of this time. 2020 came, and so did COVID, right? And so in COVID, all physical therapists lost their jobs, all travel PTs lost their job, everybody lost their job. But what I had was an email list of about 3,000 PTs that had just lost their job. And I had the knowledge of, because I had invested in myself previously, I had invested in myself previously, and I had taken courses on telehealth in 2018. I thought, telehealth is going to be the next big thing in 2018. And I took this mentorship program, basically this long course about how to create a telehealth business. And I was educating myself on cash-based PT and on copywriting and online business and online courses and webinars and online marketing and email list growth. And so because I had educated myself in all of those things and continually invested in myself over and over, when COVID came, I was able to say to my email list of 3,000 people, guys, the PTs are still out there. The patients are still out there. They still need our help. If you're interested in learning all of the things that I know about online business, cash-based PT, telehealth, copywriting, blogging, and you want to create an asset for yourself where you can still potentially reach some of these people, join me and we'll go through a 6-month program where I help you build out an online business for yourself. And while travel therapy tanked in 2020, doing this also helped me be able to move full-time into my business. 2020 was actually one of my best years. Even though I wasn't doing any of the travel PT things, I was able to pivot and start sharing all of my knowledge and provide value for people in that way, and build in hopes that other PTs could build networks and build businesses of their own at a time where nobody was able to have a job. So lesson number 5, be ready to pivot. That is what COVID taught me. And fortunately for me, I also got hit with another Facebook ad during that time for Aaron's group and a live event that he had. And I joined his mastermind program with other PT entrepreneurs, surrounded myself with other PT entrepreneurs, invested in myself again. And in doing so, that year in my business, like I said, I was able to go all in and realize that the side gig that I thought I had, just coaching on the side and being a travel PT and having a blog and kind of making some income from my online course, that shift and that ad and all of that allowed me to move full-time into my business. And so that is lesson number 6. Surround yourself with like-minded people. The fact that you are here today and you are in this group, you're already doing it right. You are surrounding yourself with people and ideas that are bigger than you even know it is possible. And you're able to have a bigger vision. So keep that up. And the other lesson that I learned too along the way that I think is so important is if somebody doesn't have the same vision that you have, if somebody doesn't want to go to the same places that you want to go or hasn't already been there, don't ask them for advice. Don't listen to the insights or ideas that they might want to share with you, or take it with a grain of salt, because chances are they don't have the same outlook, idea, vision. Ask the people who are sitting next to you here and want to move in the same direction or have already been there. Those are the people that you should invest in and that you should ask these kind of questions to, because asking big questions, big ideas to small-minded people aren't going to get you the answers that you want. It's going to slow you down. It's going to hold you back. It's going to make you second guess yourself. So that's why it's so important to be surrounded by a group of other people who believe in the same thing that you believe in. And as of 2023, I was able to travel for work from anywhere. I built multi-5-figure months, which was amazing. And my last lesson, if I was to do anything differently, guys, it would be start sooner. The best time to start was yesterday, and the second best time to start is now. So congratulations for being here. You guys started, you are in it. You are like, let's do this, let's build something. You already took that first next step, but continue to keep growing and learning. And I hope that something that I shared with you today inspired you to take even more action. But just to recap what we've covered so far, know your people, know your niche, invest in yourself. Do not be afraid to invest. Know where you want to go. See that target. Surround yourself with bigger ideas. Automate your income. Think about how it is you can scale long term. Be ready to pivot, have a community, and start yesterday. So I would love it if you aren't already following me on Instagram. Feel free to give me a follow. I would appreciate that at Wanderlust PTs. Also, at any point, don't hesitate to reach out and connect with me here. How did we do, guys? How are we on time?
Start it.
Let's go. Can we give her a hand for giving us that amazing presentation? You can unmute, make some noise.
I'm going to read some of these comments here.
The mic is off.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Oh, sorry. I think my mic.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
Sorry.
Invest in yourself. Yes. Yes, that's right. Odell bought, so I have a course about how to create an online course, and Odell joined us in that. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's literally foundation of school.
Love it. Love it. Yes. People's opinion. Yes, exactly. Thank you guys. Thanks for being there in the chat with me. I don't see your faces as I'm presenting. So like when I see people and I'm like, yeah, they're with me. Awesome. Cool.
That was absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. Seriously.
Cool.
And if you couldn't keep up with writing your notes, of course, this is recorded. It's going to be on the back end as well in the monthly call vault. But now we would like to open it up, if that's okay with you, Jess, for some questions.
With an S. Yes, I would love to answer questions. Bring them, guys.
And follow her
Nothing.
on Instagram. She just posted her Instagram in the chat. Go ahead and follow her.
Yeah, nothing is off limits here.
Can I start?
Yeah, go Steph.
You are so awesome. I'm so inspired by you. Thank you for sharing. Your presentation was awesome, but your energy is incredible. So I can see why you've been so successful. I love it. I want to pick your brain about the boxes that you mentioned and the class on that. My niche is not guinea pigs, but I'm really curious about that and your role in helping set that up and just any information you can share about that.
Sure. So boxes, again, my sister had a plush dog toy company, and going into COVID, all of the stores shut down. So her income there was also shut down in that way. And I said to her, you should look into subscriptions. I had also invested in a subscription course around memberships myself. And so I said to my sister, like, you should look into subscriptions. There's, maybe you could do something like BarkBox for dogs. And she said the dog industry is flooded. So she also had got guinea pigs during that time. And she thought, I wonder if other people love their guinea pigs as much as I do. So she threw up, she's a graphic designer. She threw up a web page and just put out some ideas about like guinea pig boxes. And the first day there was like one purchase and Facebook ads. And the second day there were 2 purchases. By the end of the first week, there were 20 purchases. By the end of the first month, there were 100 purchases, and it just took off. So that was kind of the trajectory of it. But she is also one to say, just show me the ropes. Just tell me how to do it, invest in myself. And I don't want to have to figure things out. So while she knew a lot about it, she joined a group that was specific to subscription boxes to teach her the how-tos of subscription box information. So I can get you that information if you're interested.
That'd be awesome.
Curious, what are you thinking subscription boxes?
Yeah. So I have a wellness boutique out of my chiropractic office, and it's great for increasing our OVA per visit for patients, but we really want to generate recurring streams of revenue. And that's really what our focus is on for the boutique side of it, whether it's a monthly membership or a box or whatever that looks like. So we've been brainstorming boxes. So it's just crazy that you said that, because that's been on our vision casting list. So I'm just really curious about that.
I love it. That's great. I wonder if Abby has any insights on subscription or like any additional wellness, things in that space. But I always wonder if I should include the thing about the guinea pig subscription boxes. I'm like, absolutely nothing to do with what I do, but like it's so weird and helps people go, oh, wow, absolutely anything is possible. Okay. You know, great. Awesome. I'm glad that was helpful for
Thank you
you.
for sharing.
Sure thing.
And we love that. That's funny. We went to the mastermind with Hermosi, and we're sitting next to someone who's doing what, 3 million a year, and they have like a subscription where they pick up dog poop for you.
I thought it was like 2 million a month because there's a
Something
Harvard,
crazy. Yeah.
a Harvard trained MD that like turns to me and he's like, I went to Harvard for 6 years and I'm sitting next to a guy making 2 million a month picking up dog crap. And I was like, let's
Literally.
go. Like we can do whatever we want. Anything is possible.
There's so many different things. It
Yeah.
opens your mind to like, what?
Yeah. You're like, okay.
I think I specifically saw like one of those posters that you stick in the ground about picking up poop, and they have a great name. I can't remember what the name of
Oh,
it, but I looked
man.
at that and I went, brilliant.
Okay.
Why didn't I think of
You
that?
can charge like $20 a month and have entire neighborhoods on there. You just
Yeah.
millions of dollars a month. And you're like,
Yes.
laugh at me if you want to.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. Awesome. Good. What other questions can I answer for you? I got to turn my other phone on to take a picture of us all together too.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going on, Dr. Jess? Thank you so
Hey.
much for taking the time to go through that. That was awesome. A lot of gems here. I love the lessons. I love how you went through 1 through 7 for those. And I want to pick your brain on lesson number 5, especially now with AI, being ready to pivot. So what are you like diving into right now, so that you're ready to pivot for next years to come?
Yeah. What am I diving into that? Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned AI, and I did have a thing about AI, but just kind of backing up. We are trained as physical therapists, as chiropractors, we are trained in an era of providing services. So think like, so there's different revolutions of business, right? So there's the agricultural revolution, and I got this from Greg Todd, and I'm going to try to say it again. And then there was the industrial revolution of like making things. And then there was the service era of like providing things and doing things. And that's the era that we are trained in, right? We're like providing services for people. We're working one-on-one. That's where we're clinically trained. But then there's the information age and the infotech age and the partnership era, 3 eras of business after that. And as a business person, a healthcare provider, you need to start going, okay, this is where we're trained in this one-on-one care service level. And information and infotech and partnerships have happened since, and AI. How do I shift from here over into the AI and the infotech and the software and the service-based? And you're seeing businesses pop up like, okay, Sword Health was mentioned today. I went to a lunch and learn about how to create a pitch deck for venture capitalists. Is that what I'm doing right now? No, but I'm continuing to learn in that space. Talk about, well, kind of, I have another thing, but they talked about Sword Health, and that's how that's providing PT at home to people who could do it at home. And like, we as PTs cringe and we're like, that's not possible, but you know what? It's going in that
Well,
direction.
funny, my girlfriend is a PT and she works for Sword.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great. So keep jumping on board. There's going to be people who are like, this is
What do they
horrible.
do?
Like, we can't do this. And well, it's going there. So
at home.
either join it or not.
Online.
Sword Health. I'm
For anyone
thinking,
who know it, what Sword is, Dr. OD, bro, it's insane, man. Like they send you this kit, like they send you a kit, and it's able to see like whether or not you do the exercise program, and you do like an evaluation, and every time that person does the exercise program, you get money. Like, it's like,
What?
yeah,
Okay.
they're doing their
you need
thing.
to
Like,
get on that.
I
Yeah.
need to look at that.
this
Yeah.
little side gig that she does, but yeah, like
Post it
I
in
was
the group.
mind blown
Like
when she.
sword, like a sword.
Yeah, SWORD health.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. I'm gonna check that out for sure.
Yeah. I love
I
that.
got
I love that there's a PT in here that is like working
Know
there.
what it is.
That's the one example that I come up with.
Steph, are you over there like, how do we do this? My mind's just like, okay, chiropractors need to,
Literally.
it's like we just need to move ahead
Right.
with the times.
You gotta jump on it. But like, so I'm thinking software. How do I automate? How do I, the space that I'm in is I'm generating, yes, I educate PTs about travel PT on the front end. On the back end, I create leads for staffing agencies. So how can I do better in creating leads for staffing agencies? They don't know marketing. They don't know Facebook ads. They don't know any of that. And so I'm constantly thinking, do I get them on a software? Am I a SaaS company? Do I duplicate the amazing thing that I've built out for myself and sell it to these other companies? But that's where I'm at. Or do I move out of PT completely and like do something different, which is also not on my radar. But that's a great question. But be mindful that we are trained in this service-based era, but there are 3 or 4 other additional new businesses, and the eras are getting shorter, right? So it was like
Moving
agriculture
fast.
was like 300, 700 years, and then industrial, and now info tech, and we're gonna partnership era. By partnership, I mean Amazon and I can't think of another one.
Affiliate type stuff.
Yeah. So like working with other people, collaborating, how can chiropractors and PTs work together to form a better, bigger,
That's right.
brand and ecosystem? Exactly. So partnership era. Cool.
That's
Great
really
question,
cool.
Alex.
That's a really good question. Going off of that SaaS product, Jess, are you still working on your SaaS for high level? Are you still
That's what I'm thinking about is like, should I think about things for like 80% and then finally like something, and I'm like, implement. It's 20% of implementing, but I haven't done it yet. I haven't pulled the trigger, but I'm thinking, how can I create value for recruiting companies in a software way?
You know what's crazy? Like everybody, like you should do it. One, everybody's using that. Like a whole bunch of different industries. So like you getting that set up, man, it just you would smash it. Like everybody's, I'm looking at the back end of everyone's system. They're like, oh, I have this one software that's made specifically. I'm like, no, I know what that is. And it's like, so like even in the chiropractic world, obviously, you know a few people who already have it for us as physical therapists, and I'm not trying to compete with them. But in the chiropractic world, I'm like, they don't have that. We should do that. Set up all their CRM stuff with sequences and yeah. So such a huge word. And if you guys don't know what SaaS is, software as a service, I'm sure some of you know what that is, but software as a service is really good business to be in.
Yeah. Great.
Any other question? We have 15 more minutes. Ask any question you want.
Has anyone considered van life? I'm the only weirdo. Yes, right. That's right. Got one.
Yeah, a little while left.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm curious what your favorite investments in terms of courses that you've taken. Like if you could give like a top 3, like you need to go take this, what would you pick?
Okay. My answer is going to be different than what you need, because my answer is going to be, I want to follow somebody who's already been and does what I do. And so blogging for me might not be what you need to hear. But for example, if you want to create a cash-based clinic, or you want to create an online service, like OD's crushing it in that space, that is, follow the people who are already doing what you want to do, have been there and done that. I think that I'm going to flip that question and say, what were the investments that you made that weren't quite as good as they could be? And it was when I tried to do something with somebody who wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to do. So just be mindful of that. Getting testimonials from other people who they've helped. I think that's the important question. Because I could say like, oh, you should join this blogging course, which doesn't even exist anymore, which hurts my heart because like changed my life. I had mentioned Amy Porterfield. She's online course. She's like one of my heroes in that space, but she helps, women quit their 9-to-5 day jobs and create online courses.
Let me see, click on it.
Amy Porterfield. And then surrounding yourself, like get in the mastermind with the other people who want to do the other things that you're doing. Odell and I met there. And it's so powerful because you don't even know there's this third level of energy. There's this other source of energy, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I am not airy fairy, right? But when you get surrounding by other, like we're all virtual now, we can kind of feel the energy and feel the vibe. But when you sit in a room with other people and you start collaborating and you start bouncing ideas off of each other, there is this energy, this frequency that does not happen when you are sitting at home trying to do your thing on the computer and build that thing by yourself. So definitely do masterminds, get in rooms with other people who want to be where you all want to go in the same direction, or some of the people and get in rooms where you're the dumbest person in the room. Be the dumbest person in the room. That's horrible. When you're no longer the dumbest person in the room, and that's not what I mean, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Time to find another room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
I second.
Sorry.
What?
My alarm just started going off.
Oh no, you're good. No, I'm making sure you're good. I second, third, fourth that. Like literally some of the masterminds that we're in, I even tell them like, wow, I feel so small. Like the amount of money I'm making a month, people are making a day. Like, and this guy sitting next to me, just a regular human, he has the same issues. He's like over here like, dang, how do I make 70K a day? I'm stuck at 20K a day. I'm like, what? And then it just makes you grow so much faster. You never want to be the biggest in the room. You always want to continue to expand to the next level. Like when we say there's levels to this, there's levels. But sometimes when you start at zero, if you listen to people that are making 3 million a month, it doesn't even seem like realistic coming from zero, does it? Like it sounds crazy if you said it to someone, but when you get into these rooms and they're right next to you, and then like you get to these levels, you start to realize like, oh, it's actually possible. Like it's not meant for everybody else. Like this person's no better than you. Like you can do it as well. So it literally makes it so powerful to show you that you can do it as well.
And it unlocks for you. And you guys like, you have to have like a person that isn't that far off from you, but that is forward to kind of show you like, oh, so follow them, consume them. Like, oh, they were a lot like me and they're there. So that's possible. And then you keep moving up in that too. So have both kind of expanders.
Yeah,
but
that's really powerful. You don't want them, obviously you don't want them too far ahead of you either. Like if you're making 5 figures a year right now, find someone who's making 6 figures to get you to that next level. 6 figures, find someone who's doing 7 figures. Like you talk to some of my millionaire friends, they're like, oh man, I really need to get to the next level. But somebody that says 0, they're like, whoa, you are the next level to me. It just continues to go up. Someone's making 8 figures, $10 million a year. They're trying to figure out how they can make 100 million. Then 100 millionaires, they're hanging out with billionaires. Like it's like there's like levels to it, and it's all possible for all of us.
Yeah, and you guys, like, I don't know about you guys, but Zach in our group, and he's usually always on here. But if you follow his Insta, when he started with like 3 months ago, I think he was at like, we'd have to ask him,
like, not that many,
4,000, 3,000,
yeah,
3,000 followers. He's at almost 10,000 now in like 3 months. So there's an expander for all of us. Like I'm sitting over here like, what am I doing? He's like surpassed, and he's in our school group, guys. Like that is such a cool expander right next to you too. Right? He's grown his following in 3 months, like 3,000 people. It's just so cool.
Yes. And then lastly, the biggest thing, like what I noticed too, is like, no matter how much information you got, all the information you got from Jess today, which was absolutely amazing. Guess what? If you don't implement it, if you don't actually take steps, you're not going to see the results. So it's not like what she told us didn't work. It's like, no, you didn't do the work to actually implement it.
Yeah.
And then not even implementing it at one time thinking it's going to work. Like the software automations that she showed me, mini chat, boards, all this stuff. It took me a while to get it all set up. I didn't text Jess and say, oh, you lied, it didn't work. It was like, no, I'm not working this thing right. Now I don't know what I would do without the software that she showed me. You know what I mean? So like you have to actually do the work, and then I guarantee you it'll work for you, if that makes sense. So do the work, do the posting. It might seem so basic, even like the course that I have on content creation, filming yourself. Don't say, oh, well, I already know that, but you're not doing it. So like you have to do it to see the result, or you can expect the results to come.
Yeah. Consistently doing simple things a lot of the times.
The boring work. No one wants to do it.
Can I add on to the expander thing? Because that made me think of a story in that space. When I first joined my first mastermind mentorship group, my mentor said to me, what is your goal? And I said, I just want to hit six figures. Like that was it. That was my expansion. I just wanted the six figures, as a lot of us do. And he said, do you want help getting there? And I said, well, can you help me get it there? Is it even possible? I didn't know if it was even possible. Now, fast forward and I can see the 7-figure mark. However, if he would have said to me at that moment, I can help you get to 7 figures, I would have been like, you're crazy. And
I'm not buying this.
bye-bye,
Yeah.
right? But he saw I just needed that 6 figures. That was my next step. Cool. It wasn't until I hit that 6 figures that I went, oh, wait a second. Now I can do 7 figures. Now I see the next step. But you also need somebody that can see beyond what you are capable of seeing in
Because
your
they've
own.
been there.
Yes, because they've been there, they've helped other people get there,
Yeah.
and they know they know the path, they know the framework for exactly what it is that you need.
And that's why these things, like, this is like our heart and soul of starting school, is like, hopefully it's an expander to show you guys that coaching and being around people. I always say to my coaching clients, like, you need someone who is outside the jar that can read the label for you, because you're inside the jar right now. Like, you literally cannot. So just such a hopefully micro expander of being like, dang, this is so valuable. Just have someone know with certainty, and you can hold on to their certainty, and then you'll get there. And then that experience, you're like, oh, unlock, let's go. Which, like, now for you hitting 7 figures, you're like, of course I'm going to.
Yeah, it's
Like,
yeah, that's the next
let's
step.
go.
Yeah, yeah, it's like there's no looking back. The
Yeah.
borders have been expanded. Okay, now
Mhm.
this is possible. Let's go.
Let's go.
Mhm.
You can't contract after
It's
expansion.
not, it's like I saw this and I was like, well, I didn't know that was possible, but how am I going to get there? And now I'm like, oh, well, now that I know that that's possible, how am I going to get there? Good
Mhm.
entrepreneurs don't ask, can I do it? They ask, how can I do it?
Mhm.
And then who can help me do it?
Yes. Ooh, I like that. Good one.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
that.
Good.
You went 3 more minutes. Any last questions, guys?
Did you get that, Alex? Mini chat, boards app. I think I talked a little bit about mini chat, maybe in boards in the scaling section of the 5-step course, which is like boards you can like give to your entire team. Like I have a team of 7 people. They all have boards on there. We have scripts, all that type of stuff. So we're communicating the same. And then mini chat is social media and stuff like that. Have so many comments, messages. So you guys see me do this. Some of you are the result of this. When I say DM me the words mentorship or comment the word mentorship, then mini chat takes it and makes sure that you get in the group. Sends you a message, gets you in the group. Very, very powerful, and it's a lot more scalable. And now you just focus on creating content, and your teams and everything else is getting people where you need to go. So then I can talk to you guys here.
Awesome. I love that boards and ManyChat were 2 things that we talked about, and you're like singing the praises of it right now.
Yes, literally. Was that in
So
Utah?
happy.
Was that Utah?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a flight. Remember, I
In
missed
a
my
hot
flight?
tub.
Yes, I missed my flight. I missed my flight, and I had to pay extra like 500 or something. And you were like, I think you said you were like, you have to find one thing that's going to make you that $500. And that was the thing that I left with, those boards and mini chat. Because I was overwhelmed with messages. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then like, boom, it was worth the missed flight.
Yep. That was great. Awesome.
I have one
Sweet.
more question.
Yeah.
Dr. Jess, like would you say is the most used system that you have right now?
I love his questions. He's dogs.
Yeah, good question. And I have a question for you guys. If you can drop your biggest takeaway in the chat, because I like to see these. Oftentimes it's not what I think it is. So as I answer this question, if you could drop that in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. My biggest system that I use right now is actually new to me. And by new, I mean beginning of this year. Before I was on a few different systems put together, software systems, but right now it's Go High Level. Do you, Odell, are you on that, or Abby?
Yeah, I use Go High Level. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go High Level has been so powerful. There is a giant learning curve. It is steep to get on it. I am very tech savvy or tech-ish, savvy-ish. And I had an email software provider. I had a couple different, things pieced together, and then moving into Go High Level was so powerful for me, particularly because I drive a lot of new emails and new leads through Instagram. And what Go High Level does is as soon as somebody drops their email in there, it goes into your system and you can just automate everything. So Go High Level would be my answer. My second answer would be Asana. It's a project management task board that I use with my, I have a virtual assistant based out of the Philippines.
I use Monday, which is the same thing as Asana, but they even look really similar. But
yeah,
I thought it was Asana. Wait, is it Asana or Asana? I don't know what it is, but
okay, it's probably Asana, but if you're talking in yoga, like a yoga is an asana.
That makes sense.
Asana. Yeah, I'm
Asana.
pretty sure. Asana.
What does Asana and Monday.com do? Actually, I have Go High Level, so
let's go.
That too.
Great.
I'm in the same view for that too, Odell. Like I recently got it with Brandon and Joey.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I'm all caught up on the Go High Level stuff, and yeah, I love it. I absolutely
That's sweet.
love it. Definitely find everything in one spot. But yeah, what's Monday and Asana or Asana?
Project management tool. Sorry to answer, but I also it's project management tool. So it just gives you like your to-do list. You can assign tasks to people, calendar it, write comments about specific projects within one form. It just keeps it. Yes, perfect, good.
I'll show you really quick, just a little bit, but like, I use it it's like a project management. Like I'll show you a little bit of back end, but videos for my team to have different things, and we have like different workspaces and stuff too. So it's super powerful. You can make it like it's super, super powerful. Like I'm not even using it probably like 5% of what it can be.
And I want to mention that Go High Level has ManyChat built into it. So you actually, they have a reply comment form inside of what ManyChat does, Go High Level also does. You just have to rebuild it inside of the Go High Level system. I don't know.
It does it for your social?
You just have to rebuild all of those.
What do you want on what was I gonna say? What's your profile on Instagram? Are you a business profile or creator?
Great question.
For some reason we can't get my Instagram to link to Go High Level. Cause I want my VA to be able to like message in there. Do you message on Instagram on Go High Level?
Oh yes, you don't do that.
We need to have another call.
Please, we need to schedule a different time to do that because you need to get in on that because that is so powerful and you can assign it like so if you can answer something.
I need that to consolidate Facebook and everything into one, right? Too.
And then they can assign it to you if you can't answer, or if they can't answer something, they can assign it to you. I have like 3 messages to answer a day, and she takes care of all of the other
You're the
ones.
best. I just have them all funneling into my WhatsApp.
Let's fix that. We're gonna get that. See, this is why you gotta collaborate and surround yourself with people like
literally
teach me something. You guys
you're not doing that? Let me show you, and it's game changer.
Yeah.
Hours, either it saves you hours or your team member hours. Like either way, you can make your team more productive with having to do less manual tasking. You give them a higher level task. Like everyone thinks AI is going to come and replace everybody. We're starting to use AI, and it's only making our team more efficient. Like it's not going to come replace you. It's going to make you more efficient.
Get them into higher level things.
Yeah, but
more reach.
Don't get me started with this stuff. Jess, we definitely have to get on another call and talk about that. I need to get that done.
Got it.
I have a quick question.
Awesome.
Go ahead. Last question.
Okay. First of all, Jess, thank you. This was awesome. This whole entire experience is awesome. As you guys were doing your mentorships and signing up for you guys to learn, what is some ways that like I know you said you signed up and just was learning and learning and learning. When you guys go to your mentorship, do you guys ever feel like you have basic questions that may not meet the standards of the mentors? I don't know if that sounds like a weird question, like if it's something I find out, or do you guys just ask whatever you're feeling?
There's no
such thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not comfortable asking questions, maybe it's not the right group for you, but there's no bad questions. Keep them.
For sure.
Yeah. And chances are 3 other people sitting next to you have the same exact question, but aren't willing to ask it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's a good question. Always ask questions. Ask it no matter how basic it is.
Yeah. I see you even wrote that in the group, Odell. I saw that. You were like, there's
Oh
no
yeah,
bad,
rule. Mhm.
everybody asks questions. There's no bad questions. And so, yeah, same is true. Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And it helps guide the mentorship group too, because then the course or the teacher or the mentor can go, wow, this is the third time I've heard this. Something needs to change. There's
Mhm.
something, we're missing something. I'm not explaining it correctly, or maybe it's missing from the content, or so definitely more questions, the better for everybody.
Mhm.
You, for the people sitting next to you, for the instructor.
Dope. All right, guys. That was awesome. Thank you so much, Jess.
Thank you.
Everybody for being here, investing in yourself and all the things. So it's awesome.
Yeah. We'll see you guys in the next call. She's actually in the group, so ask questions in the group. Post your takeaways, and we will see you guys soon on the next one.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
See you guys later. Have a good night.
Bye.